Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Polywine, where we like to take a deep dive into stories pulled from the media and have a fun time while breaking it down. I'm Jillian, and let's get into it. Over in Vatican City this past weekend, Pope Francis was laid to rest, and cardinals from around the globe gathered to start the process of the conclave to vote and elect for their new pope. And we all wait around to see that white smoke billowing out of the chimney to see who the new pope will be. And new chapters, new beginning. And speaking of new beginnings, let's go over to the Trump administration. Well, they just marked their first 100 days in office, and in traditional style, Trump sat down with a news to give an interview. And, it's a nice kind of temperature gauge to see what the people are thinking about the new administration. It's also for the new administration to kind of explain some of the plans, their new plans that they want to roll out, some of the new, where they want to go, and explain what they want to do. Right? Nice time. Well, ABC was granted the interview. Terry Moran was the journalist giving the interview, and Terry Moran is a seasoned journalist. He's been around for a while, and he's seen, I would think, pretty much everything in news. Well, he was giving the tough questions. I think questions that we all want to know. I definitely want to know. He had some pretty delicate questions, and he also had the tough hitting questions as well. These are the questions we want to know. Started off pretty smoothly in the interview and took a pretty quick turn. Like I said, some of the questions were a little tough. We need to know. There's been so many changes that have been happening just constantly with this new administration, and it's tough for us as the people to catch up with and kind of understand what's happening because it's just happening so fast. So, there were moments it got a little heated between between Trump and Terry Moran, but Terry Moran, I got to say, kept his cool the entire time. And there were moments when Trump really wanted to kind of backpedal and keep going back to one topic to kind of give his side. Terry Moran kind of reminded me of like a parent is trying to like talk a teenager that's really kind of going overboard with something, just like, okay. Moving on. Let's just keep it moving. Just to the next subject. You would see like Trump going off on something. You just see Terry Moran. Okay. Let's go to Ukraine. Let's go to the tariffs. Let's go to this. You would see Terry Moran just kind of try and move it along, and it didn't always work out that way. It was definitely entertaining. But for myself, who really does want some answers to these tough questions, I personally don't feel I got a lot of the answers that I needed. That I need something. I need a little substance to kind of get an understanding. And I don't really think I got a lot of that. That's my personal opinion. But it was definitely entertaining. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening with healthcare, education, these new tariffs. And speaking of healthcare, if you have not seen John Oliver's show this past week tonight with John Oliver, this last episode was about healthcare. Each episode, he, dedicates a chunk of the episode to one topic and really goes into detail and breaks it down. This past week's episode was on the new administration and the health department and healthcare and kind of what's happening and kind of where we're going. And he breaks it down very well. And if you have any questions or just kind of curious, please, I recommend watching it. It's a good watch. But going back to the interview, I just was thinking as I was waiting for the questions, like, what is happening? It's traditional interview, definitely not a traditional fashion. That's for sure. But again, I was just thinking, like, what is going on in this interview? And then when Trump was like, I gave you this interview, Terry Moran, because I didn't really know who you were. And ABC, you're the worst. And I'm like, okay, here comes the downward spiral. And there we go. And then next thing you know, boom, it's over. It's wrapped up. And I'm like, wow, it went quick. It was fast. It was a fast interview because It really was like watching a car crash. It was. I'm not going to lie about it. But here we are talking about it. Like I said, entertaining interview. Everyone was talking about it the next day. And Terry Moran, there you go. Well done. Moving over into the world of sports. This weekend on May 3rd, this Saturday, it's the Kentucky Derby. So get your mint juleps and get your hats and let's get into it. We have the horses. It's the start of the Triple Crown. We have the Derby, then goes to Preakness, then goes to Belmont, and let's get it started. I apologize. I don't have the list of the names of the horses yet, but we're going to get there. Let's get ready and place your bets. If you do like the Derby and all the races, the horse races, like I said, the Preakness and the Belmont, the Triple Crown. I stumbled across a docu-series last week, and that was on Netflix, and it's called Race for the Crown. And that is what it is about. It is about the Triple Crown and the race. And it is you see the behind the scenes of all sides, or most of the sides, I should say, in the world of high stakes horse racing. And these horses are millions of dollars. So in this show, in this docuseries, you have the owners, you have the trainers, you follow the jockeys, and you follow all the stuff kind of going on for the training and leading up to the Triple Crown. I have to say, I am not I'm an equestrian. It is a foreign world to me, but I found it a little bit fascinating. I was definitely taken in. It is, if you like that stuff, I think you really watch it. I mean, just to see all sides, the owners, wow, what a bunch of characters. Then the trainers, and then the jockeys. And I didn't expect to enjoy it, but I really did. So Kentucky Derby this Saturday. Get your hats, get your mint juleps, and let's go. And what is it? What is it called? The Kentucky Oaks? It's on Friday, correct? They have a Friday show, but the Derby is on Saturday. That's the big one. So get your bets ready. Now, let's get over into the world of Court TV. And I am going to first start over and jump over to Massachusetts. Let's go into the Boston suburbs and let's go to the Karen Read trial. Retrial. Let me just say, retrial. Remember, Karen Read is a woman who was accused of backing into her Boston police officer boyfriend and leaving the scene and leaving him in the cold to die. This is what she is accused of. Her first trial happened last year, and it was a mistrial. Here we are today at the retrial, and I have been watching it on Court TV, and the last several days has been riveting TV. And Court TV, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to give you a little props here. I have been watching Court TV. I don't get to watch it often. I try and check in on Court TV they give really good analysis and help break down what's happening. I am not in legal field, but I do watching a really good case. And I have not been able to turn away from this case lately. The last several days has been so intense on the witness stand. The direct examination's been fine. It's the cross-examination. And let me tell you, the defense for Karen Read, Alan Jackson, the attorney for Karen Read, let me just say, his cross-examination of the two major witnesses for the prosecution, and it is Carrie Roberts and Jennifer McCabe, right? These two women were with Karen Read when the body of her boyfriend, the police officer, was found, right? She woke up the next morning, couldn't find her boyfriend. She asked these women to please help find him. So they were in the scene with her when his body was found. So they were witnesses. Well, at this retrial last week, Carrie Roberts was on the stand. Jen McCabe was on the stand this week. And I'd say the direct examination, okay. But Alan Jackson was so good. He was, boom, hard hitting, like rapid fire. Did you make this call? Did you hear this? What time? It was just one thing after another. Who did you call when you had 10 minutes in the house? And I'm just kind of jumping around and saying, but these are just some of the kind of the hot moments that I really remember. This is like Jennifer McCabe. When you asked to go in for 10 minutes and kind of get yourself together, who did you call? Did you call this person? How long did it take in those 10 minutes? Just one thing after another, trying to kind of trip them up and see if there's any inconsistencies in their stories. And I am telling you, I was watching with just such focus. I was like, oh, like, are they like, it seems like the one woman on the stand seemed like she was getting a little frustrated, Jen McCabe, the other day. But I'm telling you, Alan Jackson, law students will be studying this case, will be studying your performance as an attorney. It was incredible. And I was in awe of it. It was really good. There was a documentary or docuseries on HBO Max a little while back, and it was talking about this. It was Karen Reed's kind of side, and as they were preparing for this retrial. And I got a lot of background information. Again, it was more from their side, but I got a little bit more of an understanding about the story. And this is where I kind of got a better intro into her attorney. Really interesting guy. He's had quite the history and just success as an attorney. He's had several very high profile celebrity that he's represented in the past, and so good. I cannot wait until the Netflix or whatever movie comes out about this trial, because it absolutely will be something about this, the books, whatever. It is really, really an interesting take. I have been holding on and watching this just all day. And Court TV, I have been watching you. You've done a great job covering this case. Like I said, I don't get to watch Court TV often. I check in now and again, but I have been enjoying it. But as I have been watching this and kind of catching up on everything, the universe has gifted me two very special treasures, two gems this week. And on Court TV was one. And Mr. Matt Johnson, he was a journalist for Court TV. This man, you are fantastic. Thank you for bringing light and just excitement to a very serious subject. This man has brought the enthusiasm to his job. You can tell he loves what he does, and he was great. He was in the front of the courthouse breaking it down. If there were any questions that I had that I was kind of like holding on while I was watching the trial, and I was like, kind of downloading and had off to the back burner, that wasn't kind of answered during the trial, who answered it for me? Matt Johnson did. And not only that, when I saw him last week, there was a time where I'm guessing, I didn't get to see this, but I think that some of the jurors were able to go to the scene, this front yard where they found the body of the police officer, where he was discovered in the snowstorm. And I think the jurors were able to go there. I'm guessing I saw a bus there, because at this time, when I was watching the news, it was only the journalists there. And Matt Johnson was all over that lawn. Let me take you here, over to this side, and over here. And the way he was standing there, like, that man knows a camera angle and knows lighting, if anybody I've ever met. He had like a side pose. It was amazing. Matt Johnson, I am so sorry I was not familiar with you before. I am now. And Matt Johnson, you are magic. Bravo. Bravo. Thank you so much. You make me want to tune in again, and I will. So the Karen Read trial is continuing. They had a break today. It will be back on. So good. If you enjoy watching court trials, I'm telling you, I understand why this case really has the city of Boston and conflicted. I get it. I get it. It is good. With this testimony between the two major witnesses, Karen Roberts and Jen McCabe, my personal opinion, again, I am of no legal mind, but I just don't see how you can have without a reasonable doubt. I think the direct or the cross examination, I think poked holes, and I think creates some level of doubt. In my opinion, this isn't my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't know. We shall see. Who knows? You never know how this case will end, but I can tell you, I will be watching Court TV. You've done a great job. Matt Johnson, you've done a great job too. So thank you, Court TV. Thank you for breaking it down. And wow, what a case. The city of Boston's going to be talking about this for a very long time. And so are law students. It is a very interesting case. Let's see where it goes. I'm hooked. I'm totally hooked. And other high profile court cases coming up. Guess what? The Diddy case, it is coming next week. Will start on May 5th. The first several days will be for jury selection, but the opening statements are set to take place on May 12th. So May 12th, here we come. We have been waiting, and it is here. Now, as far as I can tell, I have been looking. Please, if I am incorrect, please someone tell. But I have looked, and as far as I can tell, it is a federal trial. And as far as I know, cameras are not allowed in the courtroom during a federal trial. If I am wrong, please someone let me know. As far as I know, I am not 100%, but that is what I have. I've been looking it up. That's what I found. But that is going to be a very, very interesting case to watch. It's here. Where are we going to go? Again, Diddy is declared as innocent, and everyone is allowed their day in court, innocent until proven guilty. Declared as innocent. Let's see. Starts May 12th. Here we go. And let's not forget Luigi Mangione. That's coming up too. He is going to be set for the New York case coming up next month in June. And his other case, the federal trial, is set for December. I think December 5th, I think is what it is. But the New York trial is going to be starting in June. Federal trial, December. Here we go. It's starting. It's coming down to the wire. Now, let's work our way over to Peacock, to Bravo. Let's get into it. Peacock actually just released a new movie with Woody Harrelson, Simu Lee, and Cliff Curtis. And it is about the true story of a team of deep sea divers that, they work on underwater pipeline for oil pipeline and stuff like that. They do work and maintenance and all that stuff. Well, in September of 2012, a crew went down and one of the divers, Chris Lemon, was separated and completely detached from his breathing umbilical cord and was left at the bottom of the ocean with no air. I think he had 8 minutes of air in their reserve tank. And then after that, no oxygen for over 30 minutes. It is miraculous that they found him. Yes, during a terrible storm, the crew of the boat and the crew of the dive team went back through this insane storm, rescued him, and which is completely unexplainable to this day medically, is he survived and he is fine. Considering he was without oxygen for over 30 minutes. His brain was starved without oxygen for over 30 minutes. He survived and has no medical damage, repercussions, or issues as a result. It is amazing and a miracle. And the only thing that science can kind of attribute to this unknown is that it is just one of those rare combination of cold temperature and depth of the water. They really have no explanation other than that. So I actually enjoyed the movie. There was a documentary about this story years ago. And I think it was on, it came out in like 2019 or something like that, where they're interviewing Chris Lemmon, who went through this, who was the diver that experienced this unbelievable situation. And you had the other diver, the one diver that rescued him, his crew, the boat, just a crazy story of survival and the will to live. A good story. I enjoyed the movie. Take away what you want, but it's a true story. So enjoy it. I thought Woody Harrelson was great in it. I thought Simu Lee was great in it. Cliff Curtis, all of them very good. And it was intense watching the scenes on the water with this huge storm, like hurricane force winds. It was good. I enjoyed it. So, Last Breath is the name of the movie. It is on Peacock. Go over and enjoy it. And let's go over to the newest thing that was given to us for the Bravo world, and that is Love Hotel. And I was telling you earlier, I was gifted by the universe 2 gifts this week. One was Matt Johnson of Court TV. Awesome. And the host of this show, Love Hotel, it is Joel Kim Booster. I was unfamiliar with you before, and as soon as you started talking, you had amazing timing and banter with this woman. You were quick, you were great, you were funny. I loved it. Of course, he's a comedian, and he has a huge lineup behind his name as well. Hugely successful. I'm sorry I didn't know you. I do now. Love it. You are great. You are perfect for the host of this show. Perfect, if I may say so. This show, I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did because I'm kind of, I told you, not really a dating show kind of girl unless it is Married at First Sight Australia. It's the best ever. The dinner parties, the counselors watching behind, the therapist watching from, on TV behind. Amazing. But this show, I liked it. I really liked it. First of all, the girls from the Housewives, we already know them. We know their story. We know their background. We know their characters. We are invested. You have from the Real Housewives of Potomac, you had Giselle Bryant and Ashley Darby. I like it. Then you have from the Real Housewives of OC, Shannon Bador. Shannon Storms Bador, pardon me. Then from the Roni, you have classic and the amazing Countess de Lesseps. I don't know if she still goes by Countess, but she will always be the Countess to me. And God, there is nothing better than Spicy Cougar Countess. And I'm going to call you that because you are, and I love it. I love that Luann makes no bones about it, does not hide who she is. She is out there and she is on the prowl. I love this woman. She's great. She's just so open about her dating. I love men. If I'm feeling it, I'm dealing it. And I love it. That is amazing. I do miss our beautiful combination of the Countess and Lady Morgan, but we better be bringing back Lady Morgan to another show. I have a feeling that this is going to be back for another season. But this show is filmed in Cabo, Mexico. Oh, Los Cabos, you are so beautiful. I love you. And it is the Vizsla Boutique Hotel. Beautiful, beautiful backdrop for this show. Absolutely gorgeous. I was checking your hotel out online. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Might be going there. I loved it. But these girls were amazing. The host was fantastic. Perfect. It was whoever did the casting, good to you. The crew, the guys, some of them were good. Like you saw it. They're like all these men. You just saw all the women going, look at all these silver foxes out of here. There's one guy that was in Ashley's age group. Other than that, they're all older, definitely for the older women, because Ashley's like in her, I think she said 36. And so the one guy was in her age group, and he even said, I'm only here for Ashley. Everybody else is kind of, or I'm done. That's it. He was kind of funny. So he was talking with Ashley, but there was this one guy. And please, I don't know all their names yet, but there was this one guy that was towards the end of the show that was hitting on Ashley, and he had like, I don't know. He gives me like yoga instructor. I don't know. I'm just, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but just kind of relaxed, very chill. And he had all the beads, like, I don't know, all the beads everywhere. And he just had the hair, the wispy hair. And I don't know. There was something off here and kind of, I don't know. I was like, no, Ashley, no. He's not the guy for you. And of course, she's like really leaning in, asking him questions at the end. I'm like, oh God, Ashley's going to go for this guy, and he's so wrong. We have seen Ashley with men in the past. She married Michael Darby. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. She was down with a Darby. Okay. Need I say more? Now, look, to each their own, but Ashley, you are a beautiful, stunning woman. All those women are on this show. All of them. Giselle, Luann, Shannon, all beautiful. Okay? Ashley, no. And of course, I'm like, she's going to go with that guy. She's going to pick that guy. She's definitely, because Ashley's picker is broken. She has a broken picker. Like they say in like the Wheel of Fortune or The Price is Right, that little arrow that hits right where you are. Hers is broken. It's broken. So yeah, there were a lot of silver foxes. That's perfect for Ashley. Age is not an issue for Ashley. Again, Michael Darby, that's your reference. Giselle, she was hilarious. She was a tough cookie with a lot of the guys. I love Giselle in this situation. And she said, because she was, of course, on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And she was like, all the guys said they were afraid of me because I'm a bit of a ball buster. And you were great. You can see Shannon's insecurities like already peeking through. All right. And Shannon, I love you. You are, girl, enjoy yourself. Have fun. This is a new stage in your life. Just enjoy it. She's so serious. And she's so stressing. That's why we love Shannon. But Shannon, just easy girl. But you can see those insecurities really coming up to the surface. She's trying to hide them down. Whoa, they're right here. As we know, Shannon is. She's always, whoa. That's her. And that's why we love her. Oh my God. Luann is scouting the room and going check. She pulled that one guy aside with his champagne. She's not really feeling the conversation. She's like, let's go on a walk. They get up, they take it 3 steps. Luann full on leans in for a kiss. I was like, whoa, that girl's forward and fast. And then you see her lean to the camera. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. There's no spark. You're like, first of all, Luann, you took that man totally off guard, and kind of me too. But that is why we love Luann. She is not wasting any time. She is, boom, moving on. She's like, nope, next. We have a lot on the menu. That is what Luann is saying, and I love her so much. This show, again, I didn't think I would like it, but we've only the first episode, and so far I say thank you. I am enjoying it. Again, we are invested in these women. We know who they have dated in the past, and we know the stories with those guys in the past. And we can say all of those women there, bad stories in the past. Bad Luann, Giselle, her ex, holy moly. Ashley, Shannon, that is an ugly past. So just enjoy it. You are in beautiful Cabo. You are in a gorgeous hotel. Have the fun. And please, I am here to enjoy the entertainment. Let's see. Does anybody end up together at the end? Do they continue dating? Giselle wasn't talking on Andy Cohen's show. And I'm here for it. I liked it. So Love Hotel, thank you. So fun. Of course, I was watching it. I was texting with friends. What are you thinking? They would say, what do you think? Who do you think so-and-so is going to choose? Who are they going to pick? I don't know. Was it Ray? I think he might be your top contender there. All the women are, I think was it Ray, his name? The one silver fox, Giselle and Shannon were kind of over. Yeah. That guy might have some game. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, but I am here for it. So thank you so much today for watching us with Polywine. It has been such a pleasure. Please go to Instagram and follow us at Polywine Time. And please follow, like, and subscribe Polywine wherever you get your podcast. Thanks so much and have a great day. Bye.